Welcome to WatchMojo UK, where today we'll be looking at some of the most disruptive performances from Top of the Pops history. Number 10, Orbital.
In fact, we've got a real club anthem for you right now. Believe it or not, it was recorded in a home bedroom on a 4-track. This is Orbital with Chime.
We're starting things off with an electronic duo originally from Kent. It was famously challenging for Top of the Pops to feature electronic artists as they used much less live instrumentation than a regular rock band. When Orbital were asked to mime, they decided to take it to the extreme and do nothing at all. Instead, they stood there wearing anti-poll tax t-shirts with a woman dancing to the side. The tables were taken from the BBC canteen, and all their equipment was obviously not plugged in. This incident earned them a 6-year ban from the show.
Paul and Phil, they are Orbital, and that is Chime.
Number 9, Sex Pistols. One of the most controversial punk bands in history naturally made quite a scene on the show. They couldn't have them play any of their most famous tracks as they were all far too offensive. They thought Pretty Vacant would be a safe bet, but it turned out to be the opposite. Johnny Rotten kept saying the final syllable of vacant as a pretty naughty word. This turned out to be their only appearance with the most famous lineup. They were so scandalous, 2 years later they decided to just get their in-house dance troupe, Legs and Company, to perform to Silly Thing to save them from inviting them back. Number 8, The Stranglers. Before they released their biggest track, Golden Brown, they came on to perform No More Heroes in 1977. They really couldn't have cared less about pretending to mime. All members except the keyboard player get increasingly less interested in their instruments as it goes on. The drummer looks completely fed up, his sticks drifting nowhere near the kit. The guitarist makes a shambles of the solo. Eventually, the three of them start tearing the stage to shreds, except for the keyboard player, who is still humbly in the corner, enjoying his time there. Number 7, The Who.
I'm going to do a little bit of flying with a difference. A band now that haven't had a single out for 2 years. They're taking a track off the forthcoming LP, Quadrophenia, I think it's called, and it's 5:15, and it's The Who!
This 60s rock band was one of the most famous names of the era. They were infamous for their outrageous stunts, which were mainly driven by the drummer Keith Moon. When they came on to play 5:15 in 1973, it became one of the most notorious performances in the series' history. It goes relatively smoothly until the end, when they all get a bit too riled up. Pete Townsend starts kicking Moon's drum kit, then violently smashing his guitar. Moon just has to join in with the fun and proceeds to start smashing the kit further. Roger Daltrey and John Entwistle weren't eager to join in, so they instead sat idly by, grooving to the tune. Number 6, the Eels.
They obviously travel very light. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Take a look at this. Eels.
This Californian alternative rock band played their tune Novocaine for the Soul in 1997. Like most entries on this list, they made a mockery of the miming policy. The majority of the performance was reasonably tame, ignoring the fact that all their instruments are comically small. Even the amps are ridiculously compact. Also, during the guitar solo, the guitarist starts shredding with a drumstick. In the song's closing moments, they then begin to start an on-stage rampage, smashing all their tiny instruments. This was their first of 3 performances on the show, but it's easily their most memorable. Number 5, Manic Street Preachers. This Welsh band played their angsty track Faster in 1994. Its lyrics are about self-hatred, but many viewers totally missed this message. Instead, they thought it was supporting the Irish Republican Army. Before the performance, they'd already become controversial for making edgy comments. When allowed to play on Top of the Pops, they ended up becoming even more outrageous. Their military-style outfits and balaclavas garnered the BBC approximately 25,000 complaints. This wasn't the band's intention. The vocalist admitted the balaclava was knitted by a relative and wanted to wear it to impress her. The lead vocalist later said he felt like they were parodying the use of legitimate power, and it didn't once cross his mind that it would be interpreted as pro-IRA. Number 4, Rod Stewart and the Faces. One of the most hilariously chaotic performances happened in 1971. Rod Stewart, his band The Faces, and radio DJ John Peel performed Maggie May.
Check out John Peel on the mandolin.
For clarification, Peel wasn't in the band, he was simply filling in for Ray Jackson, who sued Stewart for royalties. Aside from the random Peel, it's a chill performance until the guitar player gets distracted by a football. This happens a couple of times, once hilariously during the guitar solo. At the end, almost the whole group joins in for a kickabout, showing a complete lack of care for a convincing mime. Number 3, Limp Bizkit.
Please restrain your grannies doing this with Limp Bizkit.
It might surprise you to hear, but Limp Bizkit reached the height of their popularity during the show's final years. They only played a few times, but one of their performances of Take a Look Around became especially noteworthy. This is because about halfway through, the crowd invades the performance. The band didn't encourage this at all. In fact, vocalist Fred Durst looks rather upset about it. He starts telling them to get off the stage, then they comply. It's quite hilarious seeing how much effort they put into keeping the performance on track, given their hardcore nu metal attitude.
Get off the stage!
Number 2, Symposium.
Now, they're noisy, they're wild, they're anarchic, they're Symposium.
Coming in second place is the English punk group Symposium. The group had a reputation for their shows being loaded with energy. Their Top of the Pops performance was no exception. They were playing their most famous track, Fair Weather Friend. Not only does the vocalist begin crowd surfing, but in the song's closing moments, the audience mobs the stage. Unlike Limp Bizkit, however, the band is all for it. This was their sole performance, likely because none of their other songs made it as big, plus they broke up in 2000 and wouldn't reform until 2022. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 1, Nirvana.
Having sold over 1 million records in 6 weeks, they're straight in at number 9. Here's Nirvana with Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Who else could take our top spot except Nirvana? The legendary grunge trio were more than displeased at being forced to mime, so in protest, they all decided to overtly refuse to play their instruments.
She's overjoyed, self-assured.
This included Dave Grohl refusing to let his sticks make contact with his drum kits. Neither Kurt nor Chris is putting any effort into pretending to play guitar. Also, Kurt's vocals were the only live parts. He decided to abuse this fact by singing in a horrible impression of Morrissey, which doesn't fit the song at all. Were there any especially rowdy acts we forgot to include? Let us know in those comments below.